Hello, everyone! Before we begin, thank you very much to Mrs. Speck Snyder for joining the Patreon campaign over at patreon.com/TJOmega. It does mean the world to me when anyone wants to contribute and keep this channel alive, because it genuinely is what's keeping this channel alive, whether it's, a lot or just like $1 a month. I appreciate it all, and it all keeps the content coming. So, it is time for another news roundup, and this was an eventful week. There's a ton of stuff to talk about, and we're going to start in with something that I already told you about. Remember how I said that when you get these big drops of new listings for Transformers in like a Walmart or, an Amazon computer or something, that it's just kind of like, it just means we're going to get like that slow trickle out for a while? Well, this is what I mean. So another listing at Walmart came up, and this one is for Studio Series Leader Class Snarl. So congratulations. For someone who's in the movie for 4 seconds, you're going to get a $54 toy. So, hey, we're right up there with Star Wars now, right? You can be in there for about 8 frames total, and you're going to get a very high-end figure. So, that's going to mean I don't think we have a swoop listing yet that I can remember. I know I know speculation in the rumor mill says he's going to be leader, and I can't imagine why he wouldn't be, since the other 4 are, and he's really not that much smaller than the rest, and he's going to have a wingspan to account for. So, yeah, this is kind of exciting. Also, no little dude with this one either. So, yeah, that one seems to be next. Congratulations for Snarl. We finally know where he is. More listings. So, we have a generic listing at $24.99. Completely new number, which means this is a new assortment, and people are speculating this is going to be the Earthrise deluxe line. Nice to see that we're going to get proper deluxes rather than the warrior class figures. And seeing the designs from the previews of the show, that's probably for the best idea. I don't think they're going to simplify very well. You can see we also have the actual they are listed as deluxes. Transformers Terran. Terran, we believe, is the code name for Earthrise. And then we have no idea who Mark, Terry, Gabbro, Owen, or Chester are. All code words. So these could be any character. We have no idea. We also have a listing for $11.99. So we're going to get something akin to maybe a core class in the line too. These might be also the gimmicky figures for the series. And again, Gabbro, Mark, and Basil. It's not actually going to be a code name. We're just going to get a Transformer box with a whole bunch of herbs thrown into it. That's basically what we're down to. Also, a listing for a new Studio Series Voyager from Nest, meaning probably a generic military repaint of a jet. I think Breakaway was rumored to come out, so I'm suspecting it might just be a Breakaway repaint if that's true and that pans out. I can't really think of anyone else in the Voyager class that would fit the Nest military style. So that's one set of listings we have. Let's move on to another one. We have a listing for Studio Series Deluxe Transformer 7 George, which in this case is the code name for Bumblebee. So, good. A Bumblebee toy is coming out in Studio Series. I know, shocking. I think the only shocking thing here is that it's for the 7th movie. It's for Rise of the Beast. So, it seems like they're going to rely on Studio Series to get proper Deluxes and Voyagers, etc. out of those characters rather than make them their own toy line. Meaning, the gimmicky line that is going to continue from Cyberverse to Rise of the Beast and kind of flow naturally. So, with that space that's taken up, all that wall space that is filled with these yellow and purple boxes right now for Transformers Bumblebee. So prepare for that to be replaced with Rise of the Beast within a year. More listings. Deluxe TF7 Titan, which in this case is actually Air Razor. So we know she's got a new toy on the way. And another listing. Gen Legacy Deluxe 2. Okay, it's just another deluxe from the Bumblebee Generation Legacy. So, we're talking Buzzworthy. So there's going to be probably another Buzzworthy deluxe exclusive on the way. No idea what it is. Okay. And here is the listing that just popped up. And I'm convinced there's still going to be more after this because it doesn't seem like it's slowing down. Generation Studio Series Deluxe War for Cybertron Bumblebee. This is the most fascinating listing that's popped up because this defies everything we know of Studio Series. If it's War for Cybertron, the Netflix show, then they're going to be doing the actual just like specialty cartoons like the Netflix series. Bumblebee in that show didn't transform, so I can't really imagine they would go to him. The speculation is that they are going to expand Studio Series from movie studio to gaming studio, and this is going to be based on the High Moon War for Cybertron game, which is actually not a bad direction because I do really like that design on Bumblebee, and I thought the original toy was maybe a little bit too complicated. I'd really like to see another take on it, maybe like simplified down and streamlined. But this is fascinating because if this is what it looks like it's going to be, this is a completely different direction for Studio Series. This could open up avenues for a lot of stuff that goes beyond just the Bay movies. This is fascinating. This is something to keep an eye on. All right, let's talk about a rumor. And by rumor, I mean one of those Takara internal listing things. Yeah, there is a black LioConvoy on the way, apparently. So this looking really, really good. If this is true, if this is accurate, could be Photoshop. Probably not Photoshop, though. Like, when we see images like this, they're generally pretty much legitimate, and it would not shock me if we actually did get anything like this. I mean, it seems pretty natural here. Let's see, let me go back, because I wanna double check, because I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, yeah. I absolutely did. I was thinking, like, I looked at these stories beforehand. Why didn't I look at all of them? I forgot that as long as we're still talking about listings and upcoming toys, we also do know that Studio Series is going to be the home for the leader Oscar, which is Scourge. I'm getting flack for not pronouncing Scourge right. I'm sorry. It's how it's pronounced for me my whole life. And then, yeah, Cyclops, which is actually Optimus Primal. So yeah, this giving us a hint that yes, Studio Series is going to be the home for Rise of the Beast figures rather than their own line. All right, okay, I feel better now. I didn't skip anything. I didn't miss anything. Yay! Let's actually move on to stuff that I've already pre-prepared. Oh, I forgot. Speaking of wanting to forget about things. Again, I'm not going to knock you if you're into it, but it's just not for me. The Boshoujo line from Kotobukiya is continuing with a Bumblebee, which apparently has a little horned hoodie, and who knows what else this design is going to be. I'm sure someone out there is excited to see Bumblebee-chan, but not for me. Not going to be one for me. Though, as long as we're talking about the Kotobukiya line, they did show off the fully painted final version of the Optimus Prime. You see, if I view it as a cosplayer, then it's, like, really, really clever. Like, the way that the Optimus Prime elements are integrated into a humanoid design, okay, I give you credit. That's actually not too bad looking. She doesn't look robotic at all. Nothing really weird about the design other than, there's some wheels hanging off the sides of her boots. Beyond that, it's pretty good. Okay, she is being COVID safe. She does come with a face mask. So it's a nice little throw in if you actually wanted to look a little bit closer to like a proper Optimus Prime. I even like the little matrix in the trailer. The way those worked in, those are actually really clever. So credit where credit's due. It's not for me, but I can appreciate interesting design work. It's not something I'm ever going to buy, but for trying to turn a giant transforming robot into a humanoid girl, yeah. They actually came up with some really smart ideas with this one. All right, how about some upcoming stuff that is a little bit more interesting to me? So there's early photos out for the Studio Series Core Class Ratchet. And I think this one surprised everyone, not only because it came out of nowhere with full stock photos and everything, but also just because of how good it looks for a core class. There is a listing out there for a Voyager Ironhide, so we know that's on the way, but obviously that's not this. There's too much ball joint engineering here, no 5mm pegs. What it's doing here for the size class is actually really, really smart and really, really well designed. I'm like really digging this. Now we can look at the vehicle mode as well, and the vehicle mode for what it's doing. Yeah, like that's actually a pretty big, sizable vehicle mode to vanish into that robot mode. That's actually really impressive for the size. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what Studio Series Core Class exists for. It seems like it's really just for the few characters that have to be at that tiny scale, like Ravage, like Spike. There's only a handful of characters that are actually going to fit that mold, and then the rest just seem to be whatever the designers feel like to fill out the line. We get a Bumblebee movie Shockwave at that size, and then we get a Studio Series 86 Ratchet at that size. And we've seen this before we've seen any Studio Series Ratchet from the G1 movie. So it's weird. It's weird how the core class works. Little interesting though. It still does look very, very good. Probably the best looking core class figure I've seen so far. So I'm actually eager to get this one in hand. Okay, I've got to go and add this in now. As I was encoding this video for today, this came up, and I cannot wait a week. I cannot wait a week because this is absurd. This is Studio Series Core Class Laserbeak, and I think everyone just kind of assumed it would be just like, Laserbeak, like a big, like an equivalent to the Ravage. Everyone thought it'd be like the big, metal vulture from Dark of the Moon. Maybe something that would fit in Bumblebee's Soundwave aside from Ravage. No, it's going to be a pink Bumblebee to replicate that scene where he mimicked a pink Bumblebee to sneak into a house. This is brilliant. This is hilarious. Normally I would kind of wait until there's a little bit more validity behind this, or kind of like sit back and like see if there's like an official source that comes out for something like this. But I'm pretty convinced it's real because this is a completely new sculpt and molding, and we've got shots of it in package, and it looks correct. We don't have any shots of like a core class Bumblebee that would fit this. The sculpt and the assembly is completely different from any Bumblebee I've seen. This looks correct. This looks real. So we're throwing it in, and if I'm wrong later on, I will apologize. I will criticize Hasbro a little bit here because you've chickened out on pink once again. This is a very, very vibrant pink, very, very dark pink, very close to red. So once again, and it was like a brilliant pink because he was trying to trick a little girl. So it was a brilliant pink in the original movie. This is Hasbro. No, you don't get away with that. But again, like I was talking about, it's one of those things where like it kind of makes sense to do as a smaller character in core class, and yeah, it's kind of hilarious. And it does get a Bumblebee mold into core class without it being Bumblebee, so kind of extra clever there too. Yeah, I would actually get this just for the sheer novelty and cleverness of it. All right, more new stuff that was found. Squeezelings. Yeah, these are just little like $3 dollar store little things if you want like a little squeezy Bumblebee or Megatron, so just like these super soft things. The Bumblebee is hilarious to me because they didn't paint his bottom lip, so it just looks like he's got this like big beard thing going on. Like this is he looks like middle-aged Bumblebee. That kind of look to him. I'm not sure. Like, it's just like a weird little, just a weird little thing, but it made me laugh. If you want more squeezable Transformers in your life, we have Symbiote Studios to look forward to. They announced their Hound and Shockwave plushies. Apparently have like a whole line of these along the way. They've already released a ton. These two being the next ones up. They had showed off that silhouette that had like a whole like map of what they were planning to do, like a whole road map of all these different releases. So nice to see they are chugging along. And if you need a cute little Shockwave to cuddle, who doesn't really? We have an option for you. We have in-hand shots of the new Legacy Soundwave, which is of course the Siege toy without the battle damage. And that is essentially all it is. I put it in here for the sake of including it, as well as just to see the comparison shots, both with the original Siege version and the Netflix version, which apparently is still a Walmart exclusive licensed mold, so that is not available to be reused anywhere else as of yet, because Hasbro is going to jump on that as soon as they can. But for now, it's the Siege Soundwave, and admittedly, it looks way better without the battle damage. And again, just makes me wonder why they put battle damage on it in the first place. And then I realized that, yeah, this just lets them do the same figure at retail again, with less paint this time. I don't know. I don't know. It's fine. It exists. Whatever. Better in-hand photos. Far more telling, because it's something that we actually should see in hand. We have Masterpiece Skyfire. Will Taffa over on YouTube did a full video for this. Yeah, and massive. Like, here we go. Massive. So, yeah, he's like almost twice as tall as Masterpiece Starscream 2.0. Like, I can see Megatron from here, and he's almost to the top of the shelf that I have him in. So to imagine Jetfire just like that much taller again is insanity. Crazy how big this guy is. More comparison shots, Yeah, I mean, Skyfire is a huge character in the show, so like that's to be expected. But man, I did not expect him to be this huge. The features are fairly well shown off here too. It's a more simple Transformer, but doesn't really need to be complex, especially because he's not turning into any kind of licensed vehicle. You can see the cockpit area, the storage areas for the, I guess, passenger areas for other Autobot figures. Yeah, Taffa also is nice enough to show off all these little minifigures that it comes with, which we kind of didn't really get a good look at otherwise. And yeah, they've actually got rudimentary articulation, so you can actually pose them around pretty well on Skyfire. I like the anime proportions they come with. Jazz in particular, with his long legs, definitely looks like anime style. And yeah, you can see him. There's plenty of places for them to hang out. Yeah, plenty of little bits of articulation. Hang out literally sometimes. More spots to store. More spots to open up. Yeah, this thing does a ton. There's the alternate if you want to look a little bit more like the original toy. That's a really cool touch. And then something that I don't think Takara showed off is that this top piece on top of the boosters actually lifts up to store away his masks and his additional chest plates. That's really thoughtful. That's really thoughtful and really, really good. And yeah, you can just see how big he is in hand. This thing's going to be absolutely massive. Yeah, he's also apparently has this piece I didn't see Takara show off, which flips out and lets you plug in one of the guns to mount it in vehicle mode and to mount it in robot mode, actually. He has a Gerwalk. He has a Gerwalk mode as well. But yeah, this looks phenomenal. I mean, it's a big, yeah, even the head radar, even the head monitors in there. The memory monitor. Oh, man, this is good. This is good. Articulated finger. Oh, my God, this toy is so good. It's going to be, it's ridiculously expensive, but, like, I might bite the bullet on this one. It just, I loved Skyfire. I loved Skyfire. To see him done this well is just, like, really, really cool. Really, really cool. All right. We got a closer shot of the Monopoly set for Beast Wars, for those who are really wanting to get in with their nostalgia for Beast Wars, as well as starting feuds with your friends and families over how BS Monopoly is. We got better shots of all of the miniatures. So we have all the beast modes, a little bit clearer to see now. It would have been nice if they showed off the robot modes without the big details in the back. But yeah. Even if you're just like a Monopoly fan who's also a Transform fan, these are going to be cool to have in your little selection of playable characters, I guess. I would actually give this a try if I could find enough people to play with me. That might be it's hard enough to get people to play Monopoly with you, let alone to like play a gimmicky Monopoly like this. More in-hand shots, and this is the one I've been waiting for. In-hand of Cosmos. I've been wanting to see him without some crazy action pose. Just kind of like standing there so we can get an idea of how round and wide he is. So this is kind of the shot I've been waiting on. His legs are definitely a little bit too long and not quite as fat as I would like. So that we lose a little bit of accuracy there, but it lets him be at, in scale and as tall as Huffer here, and presumably the rest of the deluxe mini-bots. Still looks great. Still looks absolutely great. I don't know if he actually comes with that stand or not. I just keep seeing that stand with him. This also includes... yeah, this is actually an official in-hand shots, because this is one of the designers, who also included this image of the attempted retool of Origin Bumblebee in order to make a Cosmos figure, and I think this was what we suspected it would be. The same way the rumor was that that Override was going to be a Hot Rod remold, this was the rumor for Cosmos, and it looks like we were pretty close. This was the just the concept. It was apparently amongst the designers universally agreed that they would not be able to make it accurate if it was a remold, so they tried and succeeded in getting this in as a as a 3-mold figure, which anytime you can keep the number of molds low makes a figure far more possible to release. So really good on Takara for managing that, and yeah, he looks really good. He looks really good. I'm really excited to get that Cosmos. I'm going to talk more about what the designers have been saying on their Instagram so much because they've been really active, and there's some really interesting bits that have come up, but that's a separate thing that we're going to go over. For today, let's finish up with a couple more bits of news here. We got an in-hand package shot for the evil Predacon Terrorsaur. We had to add a lot for that trademark. Yeah, and he's going to be a Buzzworthy Bumblebee release. Potentially that, I don't know, he might be that extra listing we looked at earlier. He's so tiny. I don't know why they packaged him like this. He looks like, God, he looks like he's just like barely peeking up, like a kid trying to peek over the couch or something. It's a bizarre positioning for him. But yeah, cool to know. Should be easy to find a Target because these like exclusives get like really like overloaded those shelves. And to finish it off, do you know what Transformers Heavy Metal is? I didn't either. Niantic was beta testing a augmented reality Transformers game akin to Pokemon Go, where you explore the real world, encounter Decepticons, have battles with Autobots you have accumulated, and find mini-cons, etc., etc. Basically, it sounded like a Pokemon Go, except from the gameplay, it looked slower, more boring. The collection aspect wasn't really shown off. We bring it up now because the game has officially been canceled. So this one got buried long before it even had the chance to. Long before it had a chance. So it didn't look too promising, to be honest. So I don't think we're missing out on anything other than just the ability to goof around with Transformers when we're out doing our errand runs. But that's going to be it for the news roundup. Lots of listings, lots of new in-hand stuff, and lots to look forward to. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope some insight or some opinion has helped out here. Or maybe you're seeing some of this for the first time. That's kind of why I do this, to let you know what I think. And just maybe catch you up just in case you missed something. So, yeah. That's it for today. I'll see you next time. Guys, I am facing the most powerful enemy any YouTuber can face, the algorithm, and I need your help to defeat him. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. Every time you do, we attack that algorithm and we drive it back until it can no longer defeat this channel. Thank you very much.